Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Chairwoman Hagman, Chairman Westerman, and Ranking Member Hoyle, and members of the subcommittee. I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak today. My name is Ken Choke. I am the current chairman of the Nisqually Indian Tribe. Before I begin, I want to thank Chairman Westerman for coming to Nisqually Reservation and seeing firsthand what the Pinnipeds are doing to our fisheries. My people signed the Treaty of Medicine Creek in 1854, which confirmed, not granted, our right to fish at our usual and accustomed places. The right has been upheld again and again by federal courts, including the 1974 Bolt decision. I am here today because of the treaty rights being undetermined by unchecked pinnipede predations in the Puget Sound. Simply put, if salmon cannot survive long enough to reach our nets and our spawning grounds, then our treaty rights becomes empty promise. Our people have lived along the Nisqually River since time immemorial. Salmon are not just a food source for us. They are the heart of our culture, our economy, and our identity. But today, too often, our fisheries are closed because too few fish return home to sustain the runs. Over the past several decades, our Chinook, chum, steelhead populations have fallen deeply troubling levels, many now listed under the Endangered Species Act. During these same years, harbor seals and sea lions members have grown dramatically under the protection of the Marine Mammal Protection Act, simply known as MMPA. This has been successful in recovering marine mammals, but it is not designed for the ecological realities we see today, where predator numbers have far outpaced the ability of depressed salmon runs to withstand them. In 2022, the Washington State Academy of Sciences stated pinniped predation impeding salmon recovery, and the strategic removal may be necessary to address these impacts. Yet the current MMPA structures makes meaningful science-based management nearly impossible. Tribes and state managers are left watching salmon disappear while our tools stay locked behind the federal process. In the Nisqually Estuary and across the South Puget Sound, our biologists as well as the state and federal partners have documented high rates of predation of the both juvenile and the adult salmon, wild and hatchery alike. Seals and sea lions concentrate at the river's mouth, the ferries, the docks, and other choke points. Some even learn to target our fishery gear directly. For the ESA-listed Chinook and steelhead, losing even a small number of the adults or smolts can erase years of recovery efforts. Let me be clear, the Nisqually tribe has done everything we can to help save our salmon. We restored over 900 acres of our estuary habitat, one of the largest such projects on the West Coast. We have limited or closed our own fisheries. We operate hatcheries. We co-manage harvest based on rigorous science. We work with NOAA, WDFW, and partner tribes, such as the Northwest Indian Fisheries Commission, on long-term monitoring, tagging, predation, research, and climate resilience. But we cannot resolve the salmon alone. When predation removes a significant share of the population before it's ever returns to the river, for us, its impacts are not abstract. They mean fewer fish reaching the spawning grounds, fewer hatchery adults for treaty and non-treaty harvests, and most closures, even when the tribes are not the source of the decline. And they mean an erosion of our culture, our youth, losing the opportunity to learn who they are through fishing. When federal law protects abundant species so rigidly that it eliminates another species, and in doing so eliminates the reserved tribal treaty right, the federal trust responsibility is not being fulfilled. We are not asking for the elimination of the seals or sea lions. We respect them as a part of the ecosystem. What we are asking for is a balance. We urge Congress to modernize the MMPA to allow timely, science-based action where predation threatens ESA-listed salmon and treaty fisheries, to streamline the Section 120 process, to support long-term predation research and tribal-led management, and to reinforce the federal trust responsibility so our right to fish remains meaningful and not symbolic. For the Nisqually people, salmon are relatives. Our treaty promised we could continue the relationship forever. It is now up to all of us, including Congress, to ensure those promises are kept. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions.